Welcome to a beautiful day here in Africa. This is a Saturday morning and we're about to head out. Welcome to Thornybush Private Nature Reserve and welcome to Wild Earth. Beautiful sunrise. I've just got two things to do. Disturb the sunrise. Alright, all set for the next 3 hours. Oh, there's a bird flying across the sun behind the marula tree. Good. Maybe it was behind the tree. Looked like that could have been that gymnasium that we saw yesterday morning. Harrier hawk. But they're not insisting on calling it gymnasium. Gymnasium they're now calling a harrier hawk. Oh, okay, let's go. Hello everybody, wherever you may be, whatever part of the planet. Go find some cats. See what those boys are up to. Cat there. And also I suppose look for elephants. Somebody's saying they saw tracks of those two lions, but it's breaking up. We don't have the repeater, so we... Morning, James. Good evening, James. How are you? Friday night, no doubt. It's early Saturday morning, not sure. But James was asking about the colours in spring. The bush must explode with colours in spring. And I'd love to see it turning green. Normally it is quite, it's not that it explodes in colour. There aren't very many different colours. A lot of the blossoms are yellowish and green. Some of them are green. Yellowish and cream coloured blossoms. There are a few purple and mauve. Some red. But different trees come into bloom at different times, so you'll get... Right now, further north from here in the Thornybush, where there's lots of short grasses, it's a little bit more, I don't know, a little different. With all the knobthorns, you just get, and knobthorns is one of the tallest trees, so you get these cream-coloured cherry tops of the knobthorn sticking out of the bush. It looks very pretty. What is unusual is that, first of all, here, there are dense areas of this worry bush, this green that we have around here, and they are more or less an evergreen. So they're giving a false sense of greenery. There are a bunch of other evergreens that are here. And ordinarily the bush would be a lot drier than this by this time of the year. It's getting a lot more brown. There's still green grasses amongst all this grass. There are still leaves on these acacias. It's quite unusual to have it still so dense and so green, even though we're now at the end of July and we're practically almost in spring already. I don't think I've ever seen it so dense towards the end of July. normally rather drab and brown. But having said that, it can be very pretty. The last beginning to emerge. down a little bit. We've had this already, Tony. Hello, Tony. Tony, you did ask this before. Obviously, you didn't get to hear my answer. Tony saying, saw a photograph of 3 male lion and 1 male lion was mounting the other. I can't comment on something just from a photograph, Tony. I'd need to know the circumstances. It's most likely merely a dominant play. I saw it with buffalo the other day. We see it with elephants a lot. It's all about just asserting dominance, and it's playful. It's very hard to comment on something that I can't see, and even if I were to look at a photograph, it would be difficult to say just from one photograph what the story is. I know that it seems odd to a human because we look for meaning in so many different things. There might not be anything to it at all. It might just be them playing. It might just be, I don't know. Really, I can't comment on it. I really can't say what was going on in that photograph. And as for the names of the animals and things that we use on the radio, the Shangaan and Zulu names, it's easy to find that. Just go to Google Translate and translate the names of the animals. I don't know where else to look for it. I don't know. There is a lingo that is used on the radio. It's a mixture of Shangaan and Zulu and different languages that is designed so that the guides can talk to each other without the guests really understanding, because it's hard for guides to get across a reserve as far as, say, Thornybush. If there's something in the north and they're talking about it and the guests hear them talk about it, and let's say it's lion, for example, the guests want to see lion, and it's physically impossible for them to get from where they are to where the lion are. It's easier to talk about it, I guess, in a way, hiding the fact that it's lion or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that's stuck. It's not like it's a secret or it's a secret language, because really by now most people know the names of animals anyway, and you find the guides telling their guests anyway what the different animals are in Shangaan and Zulu, because the guests invariably ask. I know that it just becomes a radio lingo, nothing really special. Like 400 more. Oh, wait. Must have been on the seat or something. Sorry, just picking up a couple of our cable ties that we must have dropped yesterday or the day before. I don't like leaving things lying around the bush, especially because if there are cable ties on the road, I know where they came from. It came from our vehicle. I think in some parts of the world they call zip ties. definitely. So there's no lion word somewhere there. We were looking at the tracks in our very fresh track heading this way. But I do recall Brad said something on the very scratchy radio as we were leaving this morning. On copies and Galam Kondo heading west from Bushwilla opposite River Lodge. I think we should have gone to look for elephants on the other side of the river maybe. Up some tracks crossing this Bushwilla going towards River Lodge. I don't know if I didn't see anything on the other side of the river, but I might have to go down to the other side of the river on Elfrey. Yeah, so also heading Galam Kondo here. So far it looks like from last night he's in Kondo because there's a guy on top of them. Okay, copy. It must have crossed. Can't see where the lion went. No lion here anymore, no elephant tracks anymore. Morning, Clancy. Referring to something I said, I'm not sure when, about the elephant herds coming together. That was a couple of days ago when we were with them. I can't say that is what's happening now, Clancy. That day, 2 days ago, when we saw them in the ark, we were there for just a brief moment. There were a lot of elephants, and that led me to believe that there were a bunch of family groups that came together for socializing. I don't know if they're still together. I haven't seen them since then, so I don't know if they're still together. They might have split up. They most likely have split up by now. Judging by the number of tracks that I've just been trying to find out where they are, I don't think that it's a very large group of almost 20 of them. Fancy was also asking, when they're in a large group like that and they go to the river, do they all drink together or do they take a turns like wild mustangs? No, they'll drink together, Fancy. What makes it very different to, say, like wild mustangs will have a stallion in charge of a herd of, well, not in charge of a herd, but a completely different dynamics. You've got a dominant male, and his females, and there's a hierarchy amongst the family groups within a population of wild stallions, or even zebra for that matter. And it is imperative that they follow that hierarchy when they're going to drink, otherwise the stallions fight. With elephant, it's a matriarchal society. It's a completely different scenario. If they're together as a breeding herd, they're a bunch of family units that have joined together. They're all family, they're all relatives, they're all friends, they're all passive. There's no aggression. Where there is going to be a lineup for waters when they're digging holes in the sand, then you will find that the matriarchs will drink first, and the youngsters will try, especially when water's limited, resources are limited. Completely different scenario. Because under those circumstances, the matriarch will drink first. It's more important for her to have water than anyone else in the herd, because she has to lead the herd and take them to safety or take them to food. I wonder if we should just cross the river and go and have a look on the other side of the river for a while. But now we're so far from the other side of the river, and to cross the river we'd have to cross where we don't have signal, but that's not the world. Traffic here. Coming back up. Around and have a look up here. Looks like they've walked up this way. Maybe we don't have to go across the river after all. Subject Brian and Angela. Another thing we've covered, but I'll gladly cover it again. Looking for elephants. What happens when the matriarch dies and there's more than one elephant that wants to take over? I can't remember most of it. The radio is very scratchy, but I think the gist of it is, the one thing you've got to understand, elephant society is a very, very passive society. There's no fighting over things with elephants. It's not a case of one wanting to be matriarch and another one also wanting to be the matriarch. It doesn't work that way. This is not a struggle for dominance by elephants within a family group. This is exactly what they are. They're a family group. Here they are. They've come out here now. They've headed Yeah, could have been then. Oh, this earpiece is driving me mad. Why is it in the morning? Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I'm just suddenly so irritable with this earpiece. It's just making my ear raw. 4 more drives with it. Jonathan coming? I'm not copying it as well, but if you copy it, looks like Vision Law came back up from the Glen, up the Waxville Donga, and they're headed more or less northwest. Okay, copy, thanks. Is anyone with you there? Okay, as I say, I'm very scratchy, probably because I'm down in the dip. I'll contact you again when I'm on the top. I want to see what they've been eating, but they were down at the river. Must have been last night, and they've come up from the river. If you can still hear me. Oh, nice. Wonderful. There was a sisal plant here. Emphasis on the was. And the sisal is actually an alien plant, so I'm glad these elephants have chewed it. Look at this, you can actually see the fiber of the sisal. Make a beautiful rope, obviously. Elephant chewing gum. Okay, so back to elephants and matriarchs and what happens when she dies. Remember, you've got to remember that this has been happening for millions of years. So it is a process that has to be as seamless and as stress-free as possible. What is a family unit of elephant? It's a matriarch and her daughters and their daughters and some of the younger boys, the boys who haven't matured yet, haven't been through puberty. The purpose of the matriarch is to teach her daughters how to be a matriarch. So when she dies, they become their own matriarch. It's not that one of them needs to take over that herd. It doesn't happen that way. They then just become the matriarchs of their own groups. And sometimes, if they're sisters with a very strong bond, they will stay together. And both sort of have matriarchal duties over their own offspring and their own lineage, as it were. And occasionally, I suppose, split up and go their own way. But it's normally an age thing. It's normally the oldest daughter of the matriarch. When she passes, the oldest daughter then takes over matriarchal duty. It's not unusual for a younger sister of hers to maybe branch off eventually and become her own matriarch, or to be happy to just be led by her older sister. It's not a struggle. It's just a seamless transition. It's like, let's take an example of when my grandmother passed away, on my mother's side, my maternal grandmother. My mother became the grandmother, because then my sisters had children. And when my mother passes away, my sister is then going to be the matriarch, and her daughters will then learn from her. And it's, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but it's a wonderful way that nature works. There's no struggle for leadership or control or power. They don't go on a power trip. So the elephants, I believe, are up north. So we are on the right track, or we have been. I don't know where the lion went. There's a baby kudu. Not so baby, but this is a little one. It's just a little bit bigger than a Nyala bull, but not as heavy. A little bit so you can see mom too. There's pile across. No, we got another kudu. Sorry, children. This is Nyala crossing the road at the top. I wonder if there can be another one. It's quite nice, just the whole animal silhouetted. Let me just see if another one. No more Nyala. Morning, Sage. Saying that you might not be able to watch the last drive because of a tropic storm bearing down on Hawaii, and they're battening down the hatches. Well, sorry to hear that, Sage, and thank you for being a part of it too, and for your interaction. Sage asking what is going to be my kind of sort of think of how Sage worded it. My special moment. What is the most special moment I will take away from Thornybush? I think probably, obviously, most likely, indubitably, the elephant, and some of the moments I've had with them. Of course, the morning that we bumped into those two male lion on the zebra kill was also special. So it looks like we might get to see a little bit of this. Obviously a fairly large group. Different family units are pulled together. And once again, buffalo duck slalom. I think also these ellies are in pretty thick bush. I don't know how well we're going to see them. early. Hang on a sec there. I think what we're going to do is let's go turn around and face the other way. Hello everybody. Let's turn around and I just want to see how the extensive elephants that we have. Ooh, two little boys playing. Everybody here. Morning, boys. Well, this boy on the left, this is a little girl actually. He was playing with her. And there's that one female on the other side of us that actually we've seen her before because she had that piece of her ear hanging down that was quite red at one point. And she's lost that little piece of that ear now. I'm trying to turn around and get a better view of them coming from the other angle. Because of the light, so much better having the light behind us. This female come faster. We'll just watch the speed a little bit. The whole bush willow looks like it's been pushed over, but not sure if it was an old thing or more recent. Hello Diane, Port Byron in New York. I think it's New York. Diane wants to know how long does it take. There's that big female. How long does it take to learn how to use its trunk for a baby elephant to drink and to eat? I have to use it. I have to say it depends. Maybe I can't concentrate. She's going to come and say hello to us. Morning, madam. Hello, pretty girl. Why'd you have to go behind us? because they're going to Jean. And they're talking to each other, those two girls. He's smelling the urine. Hello, baby girl. 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 Hello, little boy. That was wonderful. That was absolutely fantastic. I live for that. Want to know what moments I take away from Thornybush? Those are the moments. These moments that they just walk past and they look down at you with one eye and say, I see you. So, Joanne's intimidated. Oh, he's just moving back so that they can still see them. Absolutely amazing. My eyes are filling. So, how long does it take? Well, it depends, you know. Some kids learn quicker than others. Some after a few months. I mean, it takes a while to get. To how much sand and mud to get in. I've seen elephants at 5 years old drinking. It's a sick thing. This is a behavioral thing with an animal that is guided almost entirely by learned, not guided, but sorry, scratch that. Let me just concentrate on something else. Because I'm trying to talk to you and I'm trying to concentrate on elephants right now. I want head back to the bulk of the herd, but I can't really get the elephants in the road. Look at up on top of the termite now. Right up there coming to that gorgeous. Try and get a better view at some point. So, the question was about weaning and babies learning to use their trunk. It's not a case of suddenly they're adept at doing it. It's like for the first 5 years of their life, it's a constant learning curve. Where some get more adept at doing things than others. And it's not as though one day all of a sudden they can do it properly. It's a case of they just got to keep trying it and keep getting better at it. Pity about that one sickle bush in the way, but that's quite amazing. That one elephant is so high up on that termite mound. Yes, that one's pulling up roots. Got it. It's like a prize. Of course, we'll be being attacked on all sides. Leaves, branches, roots. Trying to get a piece of that bush willow low enough to reach the bark. The other two little ones still haven't come down to join. Hello, Lev. In Brooklyn. Here comes that little boy and a little girl. Live in Brooklyn. Have I ever been to the Tennessee Elephant Sanctuary? And have I seen the video of the reunion? I've seen a number of videos from that sanctuary in Tennessee, including the dog and the Ellie that had a friendship, and when the dog was sick, and the reunion of two elephants. Quite touching. Wonderful to have places like that do give refuge. Hello, baby. Yes, look at that camera. Look at that little scar on its rump. Look, he's carrying his food with him. Cuts a piece of branch between his buttocks. Yeah, I've seen elephants do that. They cut a branch, they cut a piece of food between their tusk and their trunk, and they carry it with them while they're chewing on something else. We have a couple of places called elephant sanctuaries in South Africa, but they're not the same thing. I wish they were. They become tourist traps and they charge an absolute fortune. for tourists to either ride on an elephant or to walk with them or to have their photographs taken or for the elephants to do tricks. And while they are elephants that ordinarily have been rescued from different situations, it's still using animals for financial gain. And well, I suppose in a way that's what pays for the animals' food, pays for their upkeep. I'm still carrying a stick. He likes this stick. Very pretty. Now, far too many places have got little animals, especially youngsters, things like lion cubs and tiger cubs and people, for people to go and pose with them, and these poor animals are just so abused. It's unbelievable. And then they wonder why every now and then these animals get a little bit irritable and they scratch or bite or injure people, and then it becomes the animal's fault when that happens. I thought we were going to have legislation that stopped these places from existing, that if it was a rehabilitation center or a sanctuary, they were not allowed to be exposed to tourists, so that these animals could live a life in semi-captivity or in captivity without being forced to become photographic stars. I've got to fix the microphone now. Sorry. It's on that's mine. Oh, that's going to change things. That bulldozer's coming. Alright, let's move. Alright, Abdullah. It was special, but that shouldn't happen. Another vehicle just arrived on the scene like that. And then there's this bulldozer that's going to come by. We'll do a big loop. We'll come back. I just want to get it switch off up front.
They're also going into that Donga system. Maybe we'll do a loop, come round again and find them on their way to maybe going to Longwan Dam or something. It's a pity, I wanted to spend more time with them. Any other vehicle coming into these in-law? Then I'll go back if you want pulled out. Johan coming? Is there any other mover coming into this floor? Oh no, well, if you're leaving then I'll stay for a few more shots. Whatever. Okay, so you're just going to have to hold on to that a second, please, Aaron. We're not going to be able to get to see much anymore. Some people don't know how to park their vehicles. No one's come off of the termite mound. Well, this is the best we can do for the time being at the moment, I'm afraid. So I know we can't really see anything, but unfortunately this is the vehicle that's parked in the middle of the road and he's not really accommodating for other vehicles to view them. Typical. There was a question from, I think it was Tony. I'll go again with that question. There's more than one bull elephant around when there's a female in estrus. Does she pick which one to mate with, or do the bulls fight? It's a little bit of both, Tony. It's not really that female, it's normally the matriarch that will pick the mate. It's normally the matriarch that will... It's not that she picks, it's not that she chooses. She'll hold off the bulls that she doesn't want to have mating with one of her females. It's not so much a case of her picking, it's a case of she'll wait until there's a nest. There's a big bull until there's a bull that she finds suitable. And that will be the bull that she will allow to have access to the females, whether it's her or any of her offspring. But yes, there will be bulls that will fight, so it's a little bit of both really. Once again, I can't emphasize more. When it comes to animal behavior, there isn't a set of rules. There isn't one set of rules for how things are done. There is any possible combination of things that you can think of that might happen, because it is exactly that. It's behavior. And when it comes to a very large, intelligent animal like elephants, who have everything and almost everything an elephant does is something that they've learned from their mothers or their clan, as it were, their herd. Elephants don't have that much of instinct, inherited instinct. So almost everything that elephants do is learned, and with that capacity for learning, there is a number of all sorts of possibilities of different behavior. Now there's 2 bulldozers. These bulldozers are mating. I can't even get a decent view of any of these elephants. We'll come back later because there's nothing to see more. Unbelievable. Maybe we'll try and find them later. Some guides that shouldn't be guides. I get so mad sometimes. That's the rookie that got his Land Cruiser stuck in the river the other day.
Why don't you help put him out?
Yeah. Okay, channel 1's got a problem, so only keep it on channel 2. Even when we stopped, I think. So does that mean you weren't hearing what I was saying? Okay, copy.
I'm starting to hear the radio on the radio one.
Yeah?
Comes in through these ones as well. Not the conversation, but the retargeting effect. Like, you know, the scratch.
Yeah. Now left is in Loven Kotan, Dobla. Yaga. Yeah, firm, I didn't have a very good visual. Because some idiot. They're on BMX corner. Schön. Auch schön. So, not bulldozers, but yes. Yes. Now, Willie, this idiot, he's saying, oh, it's a very good visual. But he's parked in the middle of the road where no vehicle can get past him to get, so that they can also get his... Ah, I can go, man. It's because they're elephants. You know, if it was buffalo, I would have said fine, I think, yeah. Okay. Hello.
live in Brooklyn, do I pet the elephants that come close? If not, why? Because they're wild elephants. They're not there for petting. Because you have to make, because you can't live. It's just something you can't do. Apart from the fact that they're just out of reach. They look like they're very, very close. No, actually, there have been times where I could have reached out and touched one. But no, I don't touch them for the same reason they don't touch me. They don't know how I'm going to react. I don't know how they react. If I touch them, they might swing around and get a fright and do something that they don't. No, it's just you don't break that. You don't break that trust. That you let them get close, they let us get close, and that wonderful little combination of trust, both ways, two-way trust. It will break that trust. It will change things. I don't want to change the status quo. Animals don't pet each other in the wild. It's a foreign concept. It doesn't happen. So although the temptation is there, it's something we can't do. It's just something that's not meant to be done, not supposed to be done. Looks like there's some elephants that walk this way anyway. Might have split up from the herd. Towards Wexford Dam. Elsa on African. Hello, Elsa. Why do the animals walk in single file? Because various reasons. First of all, because when they're going from one place to another, their food is all around them. They don't want to be walking on top of their food, so they walk in single file so that they don't damage more food by walking all over it. And so they do develop pathways. The other thing is it's quiet, because where one animal has walked, it's safe for other animals to walk. It's funny, but even humans, when humans are walking through the bush, we also walk in single file. It just works better that way. The one in front clears the path for the next one, who clears the path for the next one, who clears the path for the next one. Hey, look at the Richards Bay I was at 30 years ago. No, say more. I was at the main AAT. Where'd you learn to drive, Mark? Okay, now all of a sudden we're actually getting signal loss in places where we never had signal loss before, so I don't know what's changed. So Michael was asking about the microwave signal we're broadcasting with. Does that affect the animals? I've been looking, Michael, but I can't see any visible changes in their behavior from when I watched them in my Land Rover without broadcast equipment, or how they behave with the game drive vehicles. Apart from the fact that the antenna is very, very high and the signal tends to go over their heads mostly. Heron is here. Hope the heron doesn't fly away. Sorry, heron. That's not working. That's not working. Alternative uses for plumbing pliers. Plumbing pliers don't work as a good back scratcher. I've come to that conclusion. Okay, heron's gone. Yeah, but far away. Would have liked like to have seen him fishing or frogging. Hello, Boston. What can you learn by an elephant's ears? Don't understand. What can you learn? I don't know, Kevin, I'll give up. What can you learn? Is that a trick question? That they're a cooling system. Is that what you're asking? What is... You mean what can you learn about an elephant's ears? Is that what it is? Or, I don't know, networks of veins in the elephant's ears that help cool their blood down. Look, there's two spotted dickup sitting down. Spotted thick knees. And we've got a go-away bird shouting. Maybe we better go the other way, see why there's a go-away bird shouting. That must be a nest. The other one, I think, must be, the one at the back must be sitting on the nest. And if you don't move, you can't see me. Or if I don't move, you can't see me, they say. Fairly well camouflaged. Hang on. Some noise. I can't make out what they are. Okay, we need to turn around because I want to go the other way. Baba, thick knees. Spotted thick knees. We've seen water thick knees at the dam, especially at Langwan Dam. We see that water thick knee there quite often. But that's the spotted thick knee, previously known as dikkop. Translates as thick head. Very big nocturnal eyes. What about thick knees? There's the go-away bird that was shouting. I don't think there's anything here. Hello, Ellen. Another go-away bird. Ellen was asking, with the elephants walking so close, have I ever had anything done to me, like slinging mud or water or something. I have. It was a magical moment many years ago with some elephants where they were digging in the riverbed and we had mud thrown all over us, myself and Lishan. Shadow. Thinking that somehow there's something more than just a shadow in here somewhere. I've had nose. Beautiful. Look here. Bush willow flowers. This is a new flowering tree. Here and going back to the dam because we've left it. I don't know if you can see, they're like bottle brushes. Velvet bush willow. From Breton Molly. You can find more. Signs of spring popping out. There's just so much earth-moving stuff moving around today. Unbelievable. Wearing a Rhino Revolution t-shirt. Tractors and gonna head up this cut line for a little bit. What was I saying? Forget now. Just so distracted.
Like being done at the moment.
Oh. But no, not really often. Not that often. I've had the occasional stick thrown at me. Hippo track. In a hippo investigating the dam. long way last night. After seeing them across the river from my... Do elephants have a full set of teeth when they are born, or do they break through the gum like human babies? I've never actually been able to... They're born with their baby, with their first set of molars erupting and their first set of what they call tushes, their incisors, their body. And you know what? It's difficult to answer questions like that because I've never been able to see a newborn elephant. These lions might have been here before they were down on the river. Well, now to my knowledge, born with their first set of molars. I don't, but I might be correct. I guess it's never come up in books, and since I'm not able to verify it in the wild, I've never had contact with elephants other than, and it wasn't exactly friendly. The older tracks, because that tractor's been driving here already. Little lion tractors. Elephant. Lion tractors. Turn in here. There's a lot of ants that have been expecting weather for a couple of days now. I think these tracks went from here and then they must have gone through Nyaleti and then down Dombaya, and then they must be obliterated by those elephant herds. Morning, Charlie. David on camera today. Charlie is wondering whether anybody has ever bounced off the camera people have ever bounced off the jigger. Almost. Who, you?
No, I've fallen off the jigger when we got back to camp on our first day.
You fell off the jigger?
Yeah, on my first day.
With me driving?
No, when we were at camp. When we stopped, I fell off the jigger.
David fell off, but the vehicle wasn't even moving. There was a time when Catherine was on camera. It was the Gunda though. Catherine was on camera. I think Tara was driving. And they hit the bump. And Catherine nearly ended up in the front seat. She nearly went right over the camera. Boom. I think it was Catherine, or Caroline. Caroline, I think it was, not Catherine. Caroline. I've never lost anyone. If I remember correctly, there was a time when Herman slipped off the vehicle. I can't remember who was driving. Line's still heading north. No, and they will look at it with creeping, yeah. See where his tail was. Where did they go after shooting? That is the question. Yes, they're far north, these cats. They were sleeping here. So these lions have moved a long way since last night, being so close to our camp along the river, and now being here. So, you know what we're going to do? Take this little awkward road, maybe lose signal a bit, get to... this is this other tiny little dam, I forgot what it's called. Keep track of signal. We have been here before, but there's nothing left but a bit of mud. have to hold on because I can't use it. The radio is really broken. The signal is really bad. Yeah, I'm just going to move to a better area. Let's try again. Tim. Saying they understand there's a list of the big 10 trees. Does Thornybush have any of these? I don't even know what that list is, Tim. So, I'm assuming the baobab is one of them. There are no wild baobabs in Thornybush. There's one planted one close to where we are. I'm no doubt that maybe in some of the other camps there are some planted baobabs. I don't know what the other 9 trees are. Maybe the leadwood is one of them. I'm sure the leadwood would be one of the big 10. So yes, there are leadwoods here. It leaves 8 trees. I could guess at some of them. I'm sure maybe the jackalberry is one. And yes, there are jackalberries here. So maybe if you can give Aaron a list, and then Aaron can read them out one by one, and I'll tell you if I've seen them here, and then we'll try and find a really nice specimen of each. I've never heard of a big 10 tree list. I have heard of the big 10 baobab list, the top 10 baobabs in Southern Africa or South Africa, but not just different trees. Yebo. Francie wants to know if the pygmies are related to roadrunners. No, they're not. Roadrunners are... I don't know, what are roadrunners up to? We don't have anything like a roadrunner in Africa. I'm not even sure what family of birds they are. Somebody will have to find out for me. The family name of the roadrunner. Not genus, not species, the family name. go to Dingaan Dam. Go past Dingaan Dam. I suppose if we were here early enough in the morning we might have seen this lion, but we were busy with other things. I would have to have left at 5 o'clock this morning to get here to see them. They're still walking north even though it's well into daytime. Not that that's unusual. One wonders what they're up to. Hello, Impala Ram. Hello, little Impala Ram. Any more? Impala Rams running across the road. Dodge Rams coming across the road.
Eh?
Dodge Rams. Nice pickup. But not a Land Rover. Not really getting him very clear as far as that one out of.
we should be back. Kevin, what do the notches in an elephant's ear mean? They don't mean anything really, they just wear and tear. Sometimes young elephants can have them, sometimes old elephants won't have them. Depends on how well an elephant cares for his or her ears. But it's just wear and tear, getting damage from trees, bulls from fighting, all sorts of things. It doesn't really mean anything. It's not any indication of age. What it is, though, is it's a means to identify individuals for us humans. Since we don't really look at their faces and we can't really tell by their faces or their bodies. See now, lion tracks going that way. But we saw those tracks yesterday up near the cut line. Sure, they've been all over these males. It seems like they're just walking up and down and up and down. Oh, there's leopard track here too. Was anybody looking for Ingram Conzo this morning? These birds are all very active in the third party here. Heading north up southeaster, going past that junction to Saddlebrook Nation. This is the leopard that killed the stork. Maybe same Ingwe that lumbered that young stork. Have I ever felt frightened on the drive? Lev. Have I ever felt frightened on the... Yes, I have. Leopards around here somewhere. Impala up ahead there. But getting back to that, yeah, there have been times when I've been, it's been very, very tense with, on occasion with elephants in East Africa on drive. There have been times when I've been charged by lion on drive. It can be quite tense. Lion, big lion, can be very, very frightening sometimes. There's a baby water buck in here. Good. Good, yeah. See, there's a little boy, another young water buck. It's like a little bunch of young males. Yeah, bunch of young males. Oh, we can't get to see them. The quarry is so low that the camera's a little bit too high to view them. But I haven't really seen a small extra group of them before. Ashun, morning, ladies. How are you? Very good, thanks. The track came up about another 100 so yards south. I think she must have cut into that open area. There's a bird party in there that's shouting a lot. Otherwise she might have cut through that sort of open patch.
Yeah.
3 young waterbuck males hiding in the quarry. Okay, have a nice day. Enjoy your drive. Bye. There's a wildebeest with sage. We're not going that way. We'll stop and look at him from a distance. While I derobe a little bit. It's getting warm. Really getting hot already. The cuckoo family, known as the cuculus family. Let's get into the shade here. So, that's interesting. I didn't know that a roadrunner, say about 14 people, Aaron was saying, that wrote in to say that the roadrunner is the cuckoo family, cuculus. That's interesting because interesting. So we do have a lot of cuckoos. We just don't have any roadrunners. Thanks everyone for that overwhelming response to the roadrunner question. Starting to get bright sky. So now next question is, look, there's green leaves on that wattle, fresh leaves. Still haven't seen another wattle flowering other than the one we saw a while ago. None of these wattles have got flowers. They're all getting new leaves. So the next question is, does the roadrunner behave like a typical cuckoo? And if so, whose nest does it parasitize? The brood parasite for which bird? Buffalo on the other side of Long One Dam. Hoping the Ellies are making their way here. I don't think they've moved very far from where they were this morning.
Hello Sharon. No, I wasn't looking for the word grader. Those are not graders. Those are backhoes with little buckets in front. They TLBs, but there's another name for them. But thanks Sharon. No, the thing is, you see, they should be using a grader, but they're not. Instead they're using this TLB thing for the backhoe, although the backhoe doesn't get used much. Hello old man. I'd like to get past all of you COVID, because I'd like to switch the other camera on. We haven't got front camera with stuff, have we?
Not so, but
Push it. Meh. Hello baby, not buffalo. What I can do is just press the button now quickly. I have a bit of footage going into the sun, but I'll try and turn around. This female will pin me against the vehicle with her horns if I get out. The young bull stance. Unfortunately, the zebra wood in the way, but look at his stance. Just try and get past them, and then we'll turn around and come back and look at them. But I really would like to put that front camera on. A bunch of them lying down as well. Don't really want to disturb them too much. Okay. Now. Yeah.
Not very exciting, buffalo. Okay. We've got company. Thank you. In response to my question, Roadrunner built a net. Interesting. Something new every day. One dam. Yeah, I can see an elephant. They're all in there. Any station within law? Negative, they're in Nkova, just north of BMX.
down. I come from BMX down towards now before. Some I think have been through the dip before the dip, so like north. Can't really see, can you?
I just got the truck.
Angle. I think because it started back on the two. That's the pulled off. Oh, they must be on the road. Get around. Are you? The visual not so great in there. Morning all.
Morning.
See ya. About it, I think, for our elephant.
say goodbye.
So, this afternoon, join us for a live drive here at Thornybush. We're going to look for elephants and zebra. We're going to try and find a lot of characters. Good night if you're going to bed. Enjoy your Saturday if you, and we'll see everybody